Is this us? Is this us? Is this us?
What's up? What's up?
It's us. It's us. It's us.
We are back.
Yeah. Okay. It only shows me. Oh, there we go. We're right below me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we good. Oh no, that's just the video. They're not getting on the video, Chuck. We got to get them. I got to get them on. Where are you? You got on your? You on your page?
yeah, it's on my page. I'm active.
What's your
I mean,
What's your page? What's your page?
Love Radio Network, Love Network, Love Network. Yeah, Love Network.
Love Network Group. That's where it is.
Yep, that's what's that. Love Network.
Okay. Oh yeah, we on. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's us. We are back.
Back.
And we got junk to talk about too. We got stuff to talk. There's some crazy junk going on. We got stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So if you are here enjoying, you like what we play, you like what we do, then yeah, you need to be here. But we got junk going on. I'm William Dallas, and this is my dear friend here. This way, he's this way, he's this way. Dr. Charles Dean, relationship expert. I'm just whatever I need to do. I'm just doing whatever I do when I do what I do.
Man, we just want to hang out and have some fun.
Have some fun. Have some fun. That is the best way to put it. We're going to have some fun. So if you got questions, comments, or concerns, I tried to send everybody a link, but unfortunately, I apparently am not computer savvy. I don't know what I'm doing. So if you want to watch us, join us and hit the talk and the chat in. Just some things that you didn't know. For those of you that are brand new, how long ago was it when we did this, Chuck? We did this, what, like 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Yeah.
We did it some years ago. But this is not our first rodeo. We normally are in one place. We're in two different places. Chuck is in Rome.
Yeah. Rome the state.
You're right. He roaming around the city. Chuck is in Rome. Chuck is in Rome, but
around the state.
I am just doing what I do,
right?
What I can do, and I am doing what we do. So a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff has gone on since the last time. Chuck, what has happened? What you been doing since the last time we do? Last time we were in a basement, y'all. We were in a basement. Chuck, remember, Chuck? We were squished together. We trying to give enough room for the camera, so we like right next to each other.
That's right.
But now we are here. We are live. We are in color. We're doing all our things that we need to do. So if you get a chance to just ask us a question, do we have a chat? Go ahead and ask a question, but we're going to kind of talk about some stuff. We're going to jump in. Stuff that is like really pressing. So what you been doing, Chuck, since last time we talked?
Between the radio network and the streaming network, just really working my butt off, man. I mean, some things together. But check it out. We do have a HBCU fund going, scholarship.
Oh, okay, good. Great. Too bad I can't go back to college because a brother needed some funds for school because it was like another $1,000. Seriously?
Yeah.
It's a book. It's a book.
Uh-huh.
But now you're raising money for the scholarship?
Yes, we are definitely raising money for the scholarship. We want to have one. Now, we're not looking at any particular HBCU school, but we are definitely giving out scholarships from Love Radio Network, and we need everyone to be a part of that. And
that's a good thing.
Send your love and send your donation. This is what love is all about. That's our slogan. That's what we do. Love is where it's at. I mean, this is my why. This is why I do what I do to get
touch my heart, Mr. Chuck. Touch my heart. That's my why. So other than that, what up now? Because you were asked to teach. You were asked to be a dean, not a dean. Your name is Dean. You were asked to be an instructor at one of the colleges. I don't know if you can disclose that, but you were asked to be an instructor. Am I right?
No, but you know what? It was Breakthrough Bible College with Dr. Mays. It was in Maryland. Oh my goodness. Not Waldorf, but I'm trying to remember where it was at. Largo, Maryland, something like that. But yes, I got my doctorates from that school, and I started teaching at Breakthrough Bible College. That's really where my start came from.
Wow. That's great. That's amazing.
Just been rolling with me, so it's a good thing. Yeah.
But that's because you're my boy. You're my boy. Now, but you now remember, Chuck, last time you and I were together, you just had a radio station. Remember
Absolutely,
that? Right. You just had a radio station.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And now, things have been changing since COVID. I'm in the right place, the right time, and
Right.
someone said, "Hey, you need to get into streaming, movies, characters, bring your churches on, entrepreneurs, different ones like that
Yeah.
really needs to be a part of it."
No, so what you did was you took advantage of that information and you took it from there. And I appreciate you and I'm proud of you for it. So that was that. You did some moving,
Yes,
you
sir.
did some changing.
Yes, sir.
Your mic is moving.
Moved it.
It's a live mic. It's like, come closer, talk to me, talk to me. And we did some other shows. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, it has been amazing.
What have you been doing with yourself?
I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been a lot of stuff. I went viral. I don't know what viral is. Now, y'all may not know about the gray hair. I know y'all think we premature gray, but I'm only 22. I went viral on TikTok. I have a bunch of wonderful people that are part of the Higher Standards organization, and they're a bunch of mentors and mentees. I have actually started doing lives, and we're working toward broadcast. I'm trying to get on your little thing or your thing that he's over there. And other than that, things have been pretty good. That we're doing a lot of moving. My wife's travel agency is taking off. She is busy. And so she's probably not watching me. So I'm going to say this. She's going for her doctor's degree. And she will be the first Dallas in our generation that's a Dallas doctor. So I told her, stop at a master. Just stop at master.
Well, let's back up a little bit and put a shameless plug in there.
Shameless.
Plug. What is the name of your wife's travel agency?
It is Panoramic View Vacations. We give you elegant travel in elegant places for high-end clients. That was my commercial. For it. That's my commercial. That's my commercial voice. Hi, I'm William Dallas. This is 3D Talk. We're talking to you at a 3D level. Two brothers, 3Ds. That's how we roll. Peace. So I love this stuff, y'all. I love this stuff.
I understand how great those is and making and doing stuff like that. And
so if you need us, we're here. Now,
by the way, Dallas and I have been in movies.
Right.
That was most fun.
That was so much fun. That was
so much fun, man.
That was so much fun. And what's the movie called? What was it? Something Street.
Biker Boys Street. It was done.
Something. Yeah. We were in the movie. It was kind of cool. But now here's the funny thing. I told Chuck we're gonna start doing our Hollywood because we've been in movies now. Where are they now? So y'all gonna say, oh, I know him. I knew him when he was just a dude on the internet. So I know him. So we're doing our Hollywood movie. Yeah. And that's pretty much the world we live in right now. That's pretty much our world. We have had some wonderful things happen, some interesting. Chuck has now developed. He has a dog now.
That we're not going to talk about the dog.
He has a dog.
Yeah.
He has a dog. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and that's the end of that. Because there are a lot of dog people. Chuck, dog people are just this really different kind of people.
Let me tell you.
Are you a dog person?
Yes, I've been a dog person all my life. I mean, I probably have had about 15 dogs within my life, at the age of 58. Now my son has dogs, my daughters have dogs. We dog people.
What's up, dog? We dog folks. We dog people. We do dogs. I'm not a dog guy. I can do dogs, but I'm not really a dog guy. Did you know? I don't know. And because Chuck normally is the person that brings the information. Did you know that the pet industry rivals, the pet industry rivals the human food industry?
Really?
Yes.
Well,
The pet industry rivals that. There's some wealthy dogs roaming around. Did you know that there were dog television shows?
oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
so we used to watch Ren 1010 back in the day.
Right. No, no, no. I mean shows that are created just for dogs. They
Really?
will enter things into the television show so that the dog will pay attention to the. When did we start? What? 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 I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let that ride. I'm gonna let that ride.
Oh my God! Really? Shows were just now that I didn't know.
Yes, they
I,
are dog shows. They are for just dogs. They
I,
do dog animals in there. They do certain things, make certain noises that dogs can hear in shows.
wow.
Yeah, you're missing out. Y'all ain't making no money. See, this is how you make money. You start making a show just for a dog. It just goes, roo, 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 roo. Oh my God, it's an Academy Award. I'd like to accept this award for doggone. It's for dogs.
I tell you, if I'm watching a baseball game or a basketball game, my he's watching the ball. He's like,
I know. He's like, the dog is like,
he's like,
no, that's why are they playing? Why are they tripping? Why don't they throw the ball to me? Yes, that is the doggone shame. That's a doggone shame. Yep, and we'll be here all night. So, this is normally when my time to get to my time to relax. I'm normally teaching Bible principle and teaching spiritual structure so that people can kind of live their lives outside of religion, outside of dogma and structure. And a lot of times that gets me in a lot of trouble because I've learned stuff about the Bible that we are not taught in our churches. So that's what I do. Like I said, we went viral because would you like to know what I said to go viral, Chuck?
Okay. Well, I like to know what you said.
What did I say? What word? See, I'm giving y'all the juice today. What I said was there is nowhere in the Bible where it tells the wife to love the husband.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I said that, but I also said love for a woman covers her, respect for a man covers him. And so I did not know, apparently a lot of people didn't know this. So I went from 127 followers to 37,000 in less than 24 hours. So I'm over 150,000 people that follow because I said that one thing. So every day I say it. Did you know?
I did.
The Bible?
I know.
Mm-mm.
I did not know that.
Yes, there's only one time where he talks about referencing this in 1 Timothy, where he says older women teach the younger women how to love their wives, love their husbands. But there is no command for the woman to love the husband.
No command.
Nowhere in the entire Bible. Now, in the Dead Sea Scrolls and the other ones, maybe it's in there. And there's a lot more deeper. There's a lot deeper revelation in that. Sometime we'll break down, you and I. We'll break into that a little bit later. But that is what took us to the next level. That's what took us to this whole world of what we're dealing with right now.
Okay, so let's back this up a little bit because I'm into this relationship thing.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah,
let's back this up a little bit. Okay, so then what does
you're trying to make me go viral again? Since we're trying to go viral again.
That's what we do. We go viral.
Yeah, we go viral. We do that.
So what is it that the women are supposed to do?
Oh, you really want this to go deep, don't you, Charles?
Yeah.
You really want this to go deep.
Yeah.
All right. So, Chuck. All right. So here is the deal. Ladies, pay very close attention to what I'm going to say because this is not the show. This is just for him answering his question. Very close. Okay. What the woman is supposed to do is support the purpose of the man. Okay. So the man, now, briefly, you go through Genesis, the first 3 chapters of Genesis talk about God giving Adam a purpose. After his purpose, he was rewarded with woman. But he wasn't rewarded with women for the reason that we are rewarded with women, because of food, because of sex, because of that. He was rewarded with woman because woman was the definition of his next purpose. but she couldn't be connected to him until he had purpose. You insulate purpose in man. But what has happened to us, and Chuck will verify this, is you've gone from a purpose driven being to a physical driven being. So you're looking for somebody that can pay your bills and take care of you and all those kind of things. And somebody said, no, I'm not. That's how you were created. This is the system that we were created. So your job becomes supporting the purpose. Supporting the purpose does not mean anything that you think it means. So I'm going to teach you ladies one thing, and then I'm turning this back over to Chuck for a minute. Check this out. In order to be a good wife, you need to know how to do three things. Woo, let's hope nobody's watching this part.
No.
Yeah, I know they watch it. You need to learn to know three things. It's not going to be the three things that you think. Three things. You need to know about accounting, business, and family structure. Do I need to say that again?
I was just listening to the cricket.
I know, right? Accounting, business, and family structure. Follow me here. The reason that is because if you are a wealthy person, number one, cooking will be done by your maid, hypothetically. Number two, cleaning your house will be done by your maid. If we're wealthy, purpose, all those things will be done by somebody else. The things that will not be done by somebody else is accounting, business, and family structure. So your job is when you meet him, you can take that. That's why you guys do so well in business, because if you learn those things, the challenge that happens is you're not behind purpose. So when you find a man, you don't get behind his purpose, you get behind your own purpose in the hopes of gaining what you really want. Now, that's it for me. That's it for me, because y'all ain't gonna get me put out of this doggone. Hey, Chuck, we've gone off. We can't get back on. Because y'all ain't gonna. What happened? Okay, y'all ain't gonna get me thrown out.
No,
y'all ain't get me thrown out. But
okay.
that's something I studied. I did a study on that because I was really concerned about women are asking me what should they bring to the table. Me understand what should they bring to the table. The man should bring the table.
Okay, so I had this conversation with a young lady the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And she said this gentleman approached her in the sense of dating and being with her and, wanting to take her out and so forth. The first thing she told this gentleman was that I have nothing to bring to the table. I have nothing. What are you going to do with I have nothing? Do you know?
I like her.
But check this out.
I like her.
The brother never called her back.
Are you serious?
The brother, she said, Dr. Dean, the brother never called me back.
Y'all punking out. Bruh, y'all punking out. Y'all punking out on me. Y'all punking out on me. That is crazy. What did you say to her?
I really couldn't say much to her in the sense of the man should have been the man and provided you. And we can understand that maybe you didn't have nothing at that time to bring to the table, but there's always purpose over preference. And see, if like you said, if the man had the purpose is going to flow with the woman. So together, y'all going to grow, you're going to build. He has nothing. She has nothing. She has nothing to bring to the table. And if he was the man that wasn't looking, for her to take care of him, pay the bills, let him drive around in her car. And I'm only speaking as to what's happening with a lot of brothers. I mean, brothers need to. It used to be ESPN. It used to be, Game Boy and playing with the games and different things like that. Now it's just laziness. It's just trifling. It's just that they're not being men at all. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they're looking for. But I mean, if they're looking for a relationship, You can't get it not bringing nothing to the table as a man.
Amen. Come
Because
on, talk to me, y'all. Come on, hear me in the. I know some of y'all thinking something. I know
I,
y'all think something. The only person that says something right now is Miss Dallas. Told me Panoramic View Vacations. Right, Panoramic View Vacations. She made that clear.
you
But
know,
say something. But Chuck, I think, and we tried our. I was trying our best not to go down this road, but that's who we are.
that's what we are.
I think the challenge that happens is this generation is being dealt a bad hand, because those that are good brothers are really out there, but there is no foundation that gives them somebody to reach for, because the people that they look toward, who do we look toward for relationships now? What marriage couple do we look for relationship advice? My wife and I. That's it. We're love at first sight. We're long distance relationship. They look at us, but we haven't touched the world yet. But for a everyday person that is caught up in social media and circumstances and situations, there is nothing to tell you to be a man. Chivalry is not dead. It's just very well hidden.
But check this out. It has gotten so bad in the relationship circle until people don't know how to communicate anymore because of social media. Everybody wants to chat and text.
Right.
So you go to FaceTime just to make sure that they real and they're not a robot or something. But when it's time to have a conversation, most people don't even know how to have a conversation anymore. So what are they looking for? What do you bring to the table? What does a relationship look like to you? What does marriage look like to you? What do you expect?
Exactly.
You know?
So now, what do y'all want? What, and if there's some sisters on here, what do we want? Because first of all, we're from, well, I'm from a generation. Chuck is younger than me. I'm from a generation where the husband brought the table, and to say, well, what do we want, or what do we bring to the table? The husband brought the table. Now, hear me, y'all not gonna like this, but it's okay. The husband brought the table, and what he brought dictated what she would supply. Y'all didn't catch that. When the husband brought the table, what he brought dictated what she would supply. So that means that if he brought her to a farm, then she would supply whatever the farm needed to supply. You follow me? Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. You notice she said, I'd rather be in New York, but I'm gonna be with my husband. So what was brought to the table, that some of y'all need to look that up. Google it. So what was brought to the table, what was brought to the table gave what was dictated by what he brought, what he supplied. But right now it's so crazy, because we as a generation, in this present generation, the table is now a 3D table. The table is now a virtual table.
Absolutely.
There is no connection. There's no communication. I literally see people sitting at the table and both people on their cell phones, and we don't know what to say to each other. We have no idea what to say to each other. But what is dictated is what he brings to the table. Oh, gender bias and all this other stuff. Nobody's being gender biased. There's not a woman on this planet that doesn't want to be taken care of.
Not a woman. And it's funny that you say that, because my son is getting ready to get married, and he's marrying a woman in a different culture. And,
Wow.
Their culture, and understanding what you just said, and how the picture is coming in full circle. They are required, or my son is required to, as they say, buy the cows, buy the sheep, provide for the family, the wife.
Wow.
And as I listen to you and I put that together, it's because so that they can always do what they need to do to build this family. And if she's going to be that woman that's going to nurture the family and do different things like that, he has already did the supplying of what's needed for the household.
That's right. That's right.
That's why that culture wants you to buy the cows and the sheep and different ones like that, because you are supposed to come to the table prepared as a man to provide for your family.
You give a direction. If you stop any young man right now, let's do this with Chuck. Okay, Chuck, I give you $100,000. What's the very first thing you're gonna do?
Me, I'm going to put it in the bank. I don't know about anybody else.
Okay, well then what's the second thing you're gonna do? What's the first decision? Let's do it this way. What's the first decision you're gonna make? Pick one. Because it's a whole bunch of stuff. Now, see, when you say that to us,
yeah,
we're a different breed. There are things right now because of business that we need satisfied because it'll produce more for us.
Okay, check this out. Hey, Deborah, Mrs. Adams. Okay, so Deborah says in the comment, as a single independent woman, I noticed that there is a lack of communication. What is the reason behind this with men?
How many reasons would you like? You give one, I'll give one.
Okay. So most men
now, not boys.
Yeah, have never been communicators because they really have never been taught to communicate. Real men have been taught to work and provide. The woman nurtured, talked to the family, gave them directions, instructions, taught the little girls how to cook, taught the little boys how to do different things, come to mama and talk to me, this, that, and the other. But men worked and worked and worked. And then they had their little conversations of what they did. But when it came down to the household and loving this woman, most men really don't know how to communicate and love. It's almost like the song says, the woman has to actually teach that man how to love her.
That's his one. That's very good. Now, let me take that a step further. I was raised with 6 sisters. I have most of the people in my family are female. Out there, very few males in our family. The second reason that men don't communicate is because how we think and how we interpret a situation is not received by you because it is never based solely on emotion.
True.
So when I say something, I'm saying it to come to a conclusion or get to a destination. You're saying something because you want to feel good. And now these are general statements. There's an exception to every rule. So follow me there. But the way we think, for example, I don't think if I'm going to do something that it makes a difference whether we go left or right. My wife and I were having a conversation. We're trying to get to a restaurant. And she said, well, you should go left. And I said, well, you should go right. And it got to a point where we started going conflicting. And she stopped and she said, so why are we having a conversation about whether we should go left or right or not? Just go left. Go to the pizza place. Why? Oh, and she speaks.
Go ahead. Now, read her comment.
I'm not going to read my wife's comment. I'm going to let Chuck read my wife's comment. Communication has to be understood by both parties. Just because the words are coming out of their mouth does not mean that the other person understands what they mean. Ideas need to be shared and direction needs to be established. Then communication can take place. Dang, I'm marrying her.
But okay, but here's another point that takes it even a little deeper, which we all know. Women are very analytical species. Men are visual. From back in the day, we've always been visual creatures. Women want to know, who are you? What do you got going on? How are you going to take care of me? How are you going to support the family? All of those things. Men want to know, how you look in that dress? I think the girls look great. You have lovely hair. And what you going to cook for me tonight? Along with some other things that we're not going to talk about on Facebook.
That's
Yeah.
a 3D. That's a 3D term. Y'all wouldn't understand. Y'all wouldn't understand. Now that we do have a chat, I don't know how to get to the chat. How do we get to the chat, Chuck? How do they get to the chat? Because if they're on Facebook, how do they get to the chat?
They're just commenting. I mean, it's in there. They're just commenting.
No, I mean if they're on Facebook, how do they get so they can chat with us? It's just hit it on comment. If they do it on Facebook, it'll do it automatically.
Automatically.
Okay, cool. Because I know y'all want to say something. So that was Chuck. Let me give you a second reason. A man needs to know what to say to you because a man is not big on wasting words. I'm not big on wasting words. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to be better than you. Now, I'm a good man. So we don't want to I'm not trying to prove anything to a woman. I see brothers being in competition with women. I am not in competition with my wife. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. My wife is petty. My wife, that's why she's petty. But she does petty things. Hear me. This is my wife. My wife does petty things. It keeps her from being angry. And 9 times out of 10, they're funny and it keeps down arguments. Example. I was going down the hall. Down the hall is where you take the trash out. My wife said, why don't you take the trash with you? I said, I don't feel like taking the trash. I just want to go down the hall and come back straight. I go down the hall, come back. When I come back, the trash is right in front of the door, stacked up in a little wall. Now, y'all don't know I'm 6'6". I'm tall. I basically step over it, and she's looking over there kind of laughing because she made her point, though. You follow me? There was no argument to it. She made a point. Take the trash. So when I got in, I grabbed the trash and took it over. It wasn't like, well, why you got the trash? Because she figured out the communication base. Instead of nagging me about taking the trash out, you make a statement, take the trash out. In a man's mind, he's already established what he's going to do with the trash. He doesn't think all the details of trash. He thinks, okay, I'm going to take the trash out when I get back, and then I'm going to go down to the basketball court. He has that. But if he's not communicating to his wife, there is no communication that's established.
True. Absolutely.
She says, I'm only petty because you can't best me. Oh my God. She challenges us on our show. Anyway.
By the way, hello, Jacqueline, and thank you for being with us tonight. We appreciate
Thank you very much for your question, too.
Yes. Thank
you very much for your question, Miss Deborah. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Hello, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, what's her last name? Broadnax?
Jackie Broadnack is on here?
Yeah. Oh, you know her?
Yes, I know Jackie Broadnack. Hello, Jackie Broadnack. I don't know, dude. You got the questions. I don't have the questions.
Well, I mean, they're popping up in the chat. If you can read,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's cool. As long as you see them. Sure. Now that's it. But I want to. Chuck brought something to my attention, people. See, Chuck is the did you know kind of dude. Chuck's like, did you know? If I say to you, hey Bert, hey buddy Bert, sunny days, creep sweeping the clouds away. Sesame Street was a foundation of our culture. Did you know that Sesame Street was established so that little African American kids could learn their numbers and just learn general stuff in a time where they weren't taught? So that's what Sesame Street was all about. It is a part of our culture to have Sesame Street. So Big Bird and Grouch and Ernie, and now Elmo came in the later years, but Elmo wasn't a part of that. It was Grover, there was Oscar the Grouch, there was Big Bird, there was Snuffleupagus, there was the Count. You know, I could go down through there, and I think that's pretty much it. Then there was it. And they came up with that for this. To hear what I just heard about Sesame Park Road
Place,
Sesame Place. Wow. So help me update me, Chuck, because I'm kind of going, okay, I must be crazy.
So I saw this and I didn't pay attention to it at the time because I have seen characters, you know, kind of just going their own way.
Right.
But what it was a character that kind of snubbed and avoided and waved off two African American 6-year-old kids, and like a foot away from them was another cultured or a white child, and they're high giving high fives and different things like that. And this was over in Sesame Place, and they have showed different characters doing the same thing, like brushing off African American kids, black kids, however you want to call it, like paying them no attention. And this has gone viral and crazy because if you look at this 6-year-old little girl, it's like Sesame Place or this particular character could have meant the world to her. And to brush me off, not give me a high five or anything like that, is like so damaging until the parent, the mother, has this child now in counseling.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the old show that we used to do was a little different than the new show that we're doing right now. So if you take a quick second and pay attention, I think I'm going to show you guys something. If you can kind of go with me for a minute. Can you see it, Chuck?
Just so we know, I have no idea where he's going.
Okay, pull this into the pull it into the screen. Look down there. You have an extra screen. See it down there? Yeah. This is what actually. Oops, got my wife in there. This is what actually took place, guys. This is the actual thing that took place. This is from a news feed from And see the little kid right there. Now they're doing it from a different angle, and the little kid goes up and is trying to get it. He doesn't do anything. Now here's the second one. The second one comes and plays with her, pushes her a little around, plays with her. You follow me? Okay, that's enough of that, y'all. That's enough of that. Okay. It amazes me now. I'm in a position where I'm like, how long do we still have to deal with this? What is the purpose of this? And I tell people all the time that I don't believe in systemic racism, meaning the racist system. I don't believe in the systemic racism. I believe that there is. Now, I believe that there are racists. I believe that they're racist. I believe that people that don't like culture, color, religion, I believe that there is. But I know that the bottom line, and I need you guys to hear me very closely, the bottom line to all these things is to keep a social separation between those that have and those that have not. So everything becomes an opportunity. But why are we bringing children into this thing? They're children. They're children. Now, I know my granddaughter is the nicest, sweetest person in the world. She loves everybody, and she still has that little innocent when somebody shows up, she kind of hides behind. But why are we in this whole process? What do you guys think? Why are we still here? Why are we still here, Chuck?
I don't know why we are still here, but I know it's being bred among so many whites and different cultures to be that way, because children don't know about racism until they are taught racism.
Exactly.
Other than that, you can get a culture of many kids together, and they will just play and hang out and spend time until a parent comes along, pulls them away, and say, "You don't play with that kind," or "You don't do that." And then they might still ask the question of why mommy, why daddy, why this together, and it's because I said so, and we don't do this, and this is our religion, and so forth and so on. So then, with all of that going on as they're getting older, they're falling into these, I call them cults or misunderstandings.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe that it's a cult for you to understand that you are a human. You are my brother. You are my sister. We might be different colors and creeds and different things, but we come from one God. Bottom line.
One God.
And
one God.
All, made from that clay of dirt and put together. And our fathers and our mothers is Adam and Eve. Bottom line, that's my teaching.
Exactly.
It's my sticking.
I stick to it. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. That's my teaching. I'm sticking to it. You got a problem with it?
That's
Put
it.
something in the comment. Put a comment.
And
Yeah.
and I think the rest of this stuff is taught as we're going along, not to like people, to
Right.
feel the way you feel about a certain culture, about a particular human, a color, a male, a female, all the above. I mean, there's people out here that don't like you because you're a boss. You know, don't like you because you drive a certain car. Don't like you because you have a new pair of sneakers on.
Exactly.
You know? And I think that is brought up and you're learning that culture. Somebody is teaching you that.
Speaking of culture, let me interrupt you for a quick second, Chuck. Let me say something to us. And I don't mean us as in black, I don't mean us as in white. I mean let's say something to us. But what bothers me more than anything else, Chuck, is the vast majority of us that buy into that stigma, that buy into that mindset. There is a young man that created, because virtual reality is the big thing. He took his virtual reality degree and he created a black woman. He's a white guy. He created a black woman, and it was great. She was wonderful. She's all over. She's a virtual. She lives in the virtual reality. But I want you to hear the terminology that the news use pertaining to this woman. Look her up now. He created a virtual black woman. She's on magazines. She's all over the internet. That, and he says this guy owns his own black woman.
Wow.
He created this, and those were exact words. That's the exact terminology. He owns his own black woman. And because the young lady that was teaching, she said, we need to learn the science and learn about this stuff and create your own avatar, create the avatar and sell it to the marketing. And they showed this guy, he's dressed in pink. He's a fashion dude. I don't know who he is. And no disrespect to him because he didn't say it. The news said it. But he created this woman and he submitted her to industry, and industry uses her in magazines. But he says now he owns his own black woman and he owns the sign, because for all practical purposes, ladies and gentlemen, he does.
True.
It is the truth of the matter that we as a culture, we follow the stigmas. You can go to certain neighborhoods that are occupied by melanated African-American, whatever you want to say, people, and our neighborhoods are run down. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. I apologize. I didn't do it. But we go to the neighborhoods that are the other neighborhoods. We take care of them. We watch over our stuff. We make sure our stuff is together. We need to stop buying into the narrative and start building something that puts us in a position where we live life. Not try to be like the white people, try to be like the black people, try to be like the Indian. Live your best life. We say it all the time, but we don't live our best life. We live under that. Well, I'm trying to take your Pookie, Ray Ray, Nana foot. Why? Because you feel like that you're a boss or those kind of things. And to even flip over to relationships.
You know, it makes you think. Did you hit your mute button or something?
No, I was gonna say something, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave that because I pulled up. I had see back there in that window. See that window back there? Beside that window, there's a closet, and beside that closet is a pulpit. So instead of pulling up my pulpit, I thought nah, I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna leave it alone. It's the same thing when it comes to relationships. But I just want to say that
it makes us think about it. Who are we really?
Wow.
Are we being what society wants us to be? Do we know ourselves? Do we know what we really like?
Facts.
I know you are driving this car, but is that who you are? You know, I know you're wearing this particular designer, but is that really who you are? Or are you doing it for
facts?
You know,
facts.
Are you doing it because someone? I mean, they say, and don't get me wrong, women, please do. I just what I see, and I have sisters that have told me that women dress to outdress women. That's what I've heard. That's what I understand. It doesn't make a difference how a man will throw on what he wants to throw on and just go out. But women do it because they want to look good for other women. Be like, okay, so who are you? Why are you looking this way? Why are
Exactly.
you driving that way? Why are you in a career that you don't really like? Is it because you're trying to satisfy other people? You're trying to be in a society clique? So when it comes down to, especially in relationships, people don't know who they are. So then when we're trying to figure out who we really are as a person, we have no idea.
None.
Because social media, commercials, society in its own, not even the fact of our parents who we should be modeling after. Some parents are really out there, but I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Some of them took a left, like
But
daddy is
then
gone.
you have to say to your parents, who are you? Because the parents been following that stigma as well.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
they're passing it down that I need you to do. How many kids? Let me tell you something. On the campus of A&T, I speak to so many students that tell me that their parents wanted them to be in college. My parents wanted me to do A, B, and C. Now, I'm
Right.
not saying don't go. I'm not saying don't be the first to graduate or anything like that. That's very good. But then we're doing things and we're in classes and we're getting degrees that we will never use because that's not our purpose. That's not who we are.
Mm, mm, mm.
And we're doing all of this for other people. Then when we get to a certain age, we look back and be like, why did I do it? I spent all of this time doing this, that, and the other. Marriages, jobs. I got a house I can't take care of. I got a car that I'm a car poor. I'm doing all of these things to satisfy somebody else.
It is interesting to me because I'm watching us, and not like I said, I want to shift to relationships. I'm gonna shift to relationships for a second. So I look at the things I learned biblically and spiritually, because I don't want to say biblically, but I want to say spiritually. And that's one of the challenges we have when it comes to coming together and connecting to each other. How can I connect to you and you don't know who you are?
Right.
That's not the bad part. What the challenge is you give me this avatar or this person that you think you are, and then 3 years into the relationship, you change to who you are. Now I've got to figure out, do I want to be with the person you were or the person you are? Why? Because you've defined your life by social media, by who thinks you're beautiful, who doesn't think you're beautiful, what your granddaddy called you, what your daddy called you, what your mama called you, and you never took the time to figure out who you are. Because the things that stimulate your brain are competitive things towards somebody else. I have one person I'm in competition with, and that's me.
Ooh.
I want to be better every day. So I'm not in competition with Charles. I'm not in competition with Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Michael Morgan. I'm in competition with me because you need to learn two things: when you got here, why you're here, and what you're supposed to do with the power that you have because you're here. That's it. Why you're here and what do you do with your power? But that becomes our challenge. So you go, why don't men communicate? Sweetie, we don't know if we're talking to Tamika, Shay Shay, or we don't know who we're talking to. And it's men, ladies, hear me. Men are very sensitive, but they do not like conflict. So if I'm talking to you and I really love you, now not somebody that's just there, that's trying to make sure they get, but if I really love you, I am listening and trying to speak into that person that I love. But if that person doesn't love themselves, all that person does is make me feel like I don't love you. Y'all didn't hear that. If you don't love yourself, when I say something to you, you make me feel like I don't love you because you don't love you, because you don't know who you are. This is the racism. Everything is based on that. We don't teach our children. Kendra is very good about one thing. Both of my grandchildren, there's 4 of them. The 2 of them, now they know how to swim. The reason they know how to swim is because Kendra would take them to the pool and make them learn, we are going to swim. We are swimmers. We're scuba divers, in case you guys didn't know. We're swimmers. And so they fought and they scream, and Kendra will look at her, stop screaming, stop screaming. She doesn't bend, she doesn't shake. Why? Because that's the line. That's the line. You don't change the line. And that's who we are. Who are you? Who are you, sister? Are you a person that's looking for fat flesh? Who are you?
So we had a a comment from a Facebook user. It comes up, doesn't have their name. I apologize for that. But it says, how much of yourself do you show when you first meet someone?
Did we both get quiet? We both like, you say something. No.
Okay. So
you're right. We both said, okay, go ahead.
I think that people in general are taught to put their best foot forward. True. However, my belief is it's a false representative, because people want to know who you actually are. Now, I'm not saying you come out there dressed in your nightgown and you got
some flip-flops on your hair up in a bun.
You definitely want to clean yourself up a little bit.
And brush your teeth. Please brush your teeth. Gingivitis is a killer. Gingivitis takes relationships down every day.
The pretense is we're trying to impress.
Right.
And right. Get into a relationship, you don't need to. I don't want my wife to be impressed by me. I want my wife to love me. She wants me to love her, provide for her, take care of her, be with her, do all the things that we're supposed to do. Impressing, okay, that can come later on in life. But I mean, just to come out there and say, well, I got this, that. Okay, you're very impressive. You got the job.
Right. We looked at your application. You did pretty good. He said the spelling test you messed up. But other than that, you're good. I'm going to throw this out there. So I believe that every position in our lives is an earned position. If you're dealing with somebody, and this happens a lot of relationships and a lot of people, because my wife and I do couples things. Matter of fact, we're doing a power couple this year in October. A lot of times what happens is we don't give the proper requirements to get closer to us. If they say the right thing, if they smell the right way, if they do the right thing, her dress is high enough, she shows enough, just a little enough, we allow them to get into our parts and into our sensitive places. I believe they need to earn the place. But if you don't know the places, then it's hard for them to earn the place. I don't believe that a woman should go into any relationship going, I'll pay for this because I'm a boss. Because you send a false signal. Now, there are men that will say, I want you to pay for it. But if I invite you, I should pay for it. Unless I say, hey, we're going to go Dutch. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. The key becomes each part of you should be earned. For a real man, he's going to take care of it. He's going to do everything in his power to take care of it. Why? Because he wants to show you that he can care for you or that he can take care of you. So how much do you show him? Just enough for him to understand that not only are you interested, but you got to come toward me. Chase me. I'm not chasing you. Ladies, you're not chasing him. But give him enough understanding to say, I'm interested. And if you want to know more, you earn more. That would be my answer to the question.
Well, it's been that way forever and a day. That's where you got men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It's always been that cat and mouse game. Right. No one comes to the field in the right way. We don't come with the right pretense of what we're actually looking for, because most men a visual. So,
Mhm.
we're looking at the women, this, that, and the other. The women are coming, for whatever analytical questions, and maybe they don't get them, you
Right.
know. Then you have one time where the man feels she's not interested in me, but she
Mm.
is. She just wants to know who you are.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
or the woman might start to feel, or maybe I wasn't his type. No, you was his type. He just needs to learn you a little bit more, you know.
Exactly.
And then where the purpose might come in is because they didn't have the conversation that they should have had. Now,
Mhm.
my theory is when people are getting together, it's no whole bars. I don't really know you. So I'm going to ask the hard questions right then and there. 6 months, a year down the line, we're not having these type of conversations about have you been locked up? Are you
Mhm.
domestic violence? Do you pay your
Oh,
bill?
wait, now, Chuck. First of all, Island should, have you been locked up should be number one. When you walk in, you show the prison tats and say, "Listen, before we go any further, before I get the steak or if I get the fish, I've been in prison. I've been out for 15 years. I'm good."
They
That's day one. That's day one. Now,
first
if
date.
if yeah, that's day one. Now, if something has happened to you like 15, 20 years ago, that's a horse of a different color. Don't drudge up stuff. But yeah, I got out like last week. I got my job back, but no, that joke got to go.
Okay, but wait a second. Don't get me wrong, because there is somebody for everybody. And
Correct.
if
Correct.
if a woman or a man can date and realistically marry someone in prison,
Right.
someone who just gets out
Should
tomorrow,
not
next
shouldn't have a problem.
shouldn't have a problem. If this is the truth of what,
Mhm.
yeah, I got locked up. Maybe I was falsely accused of something, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I was locked up. I beat this dude's brains out, but I'm getting out tomorrow. A, B, and C. Can you accept that?
But hold a minute. And if you're doing this, yeah, let him go. Let him go. It's all right. He all right. He good. Just tell him like I'm gonna eat my steak and I'll pay for my own meal, and then you just go on about your business. Um, I I know that, but here's my thing. I still believe, and I think, and Chuck and I have, and I love that. Chuck and I have two different views, but the same conclusion. I don't think you as a woman should give everything. Now, if there are game changers, those things need to be shared. For example, if you go, I just broke up with my husband, he killed 7 people every time I went to dinner with somebody. This me. It's just me. It's just me. That's something. That's day one. That's conversation. That's not even dinner. That's on the phone. That's when you call. Hey, brother Dallas. I think you kind of cute. Yeah, my ex-husband been killing people. All right, dude, click. That's over for me. But but you don't put them in a position where you are now not only endangering them but putting them in a compromising position when it comes to you.
Absolutely.
That's it. But I don't think I really am against trying to share everything with the person. I think you should be in a position where you are at a place where you're comfortable with the information. Because the other side of that, do not share so much information that you make yourself vulnerable to this person. Because there are such things as predators out there.
Well, I do
So
agree with that. Granted, you don't want to give out all of that information, but if you are looking for someone to spend time with, I think there should be some questions that you should ask, so that you feel comfortable hanging out with this axe murderer. I mean, comfortable with that. Let's go do what we do. Oh, you
yeah.
can like to get drunk? Okay, I
Mhm.
follow you. Oh, you
Mhm.
church 7 days a week? Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's
Right.
do it. But
Mhm.
I think there's certain questions that you really need to ask, because see, and it goes around and around and around. Most of us don't know what we want.
True
No
that.
idea of what we want.
Facts.
You can
Facts.
say
Facts.
you know what you don't want, but you don't
Right.
know what you want. So
I know y'all got y'all list out there. I want to be tall. I want to be this. You are working on an arbitrary list. Hear me now. You're working on an arbitrary list of things that you saw that were there or things that you saw that you don't want. You're not really working on a realistic list, because on a realistic list, that's where you look at who you are and determine where you want to go and who's in the process of that. I want them to tall. Everybody wants them to be tall. Everybody wants them to have money. Everybody wants them to have a job. But you have to know, because back to the whole thing, you don't know who you are.
Right.
You don't know. So, oh shoot, it's 8:59. How long we got before we got to go?
I don't know. We can hang out a little bit longer if we want.
Yeah, it's our show.
We have a time limit, but I do want to say this. What's up, Lady Q? She's on the line. She
Lady Q's here.
Lady Q, what's happening?
Hold it, Chuck. Mrs. Dallas, do not read any more comments from Mrs. Dallas. We ask Mrs. Dallas to be on the show. That was a request. She want to go do a little she want to do a little elementary school or do a little educational thing, study. We ask her to be on the show. Y'all know I'm gonna pay for this, right? Y'all know I'm just talking junk because I'm on the camera. Y'all gonna see a shoe go boom. But we ask her, you really have to know yourself. This will help you eliminate everything that you don't want.
Absolutely.
That's the last thing we read from Mrs. Dallas, because Mrs. Dallas was supposed to be sitting right here. Doctor, what? Doctor in the making. Oh, really? She said, green is not your color, baby. Nobody's jealous of you. Nobody is jealous. This is not your show. You will not take over the show from the comment
section.
From the comment section, right? You will not take over the show from the comment section. No, that is not going to happen. And she's in the other room in there.
Oh man!
But she made a very good point, though. See, knowing yourself puts you in a position where there's certain things you won't accept. Ladies, let me share something with you. Stop whittling down watering down yourself because you don't see what you want in this arena or in this area. True. Start going, well, I wanted a tall man, but I'll take a short man. I want to have all his teeth, but maybe if he got 3 teeth, we can get him dinner. You stop working on turning people into hood dudes because you're now lowering your standard. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about understanding who you are within the standard. That's because I heard a whole bunch of, I just want a man. No, you don't just want a man.
Right. Because
as soon as just a man shows up, you start praying, okay, Lord, I apologize. My bad. I don't just want a man. Well, no, you got him now. But you hold that up. If you don't have somebody in your life right now, ask yourself this question. Are you prepared to have somebody in your life? 3 things: accounting, business, family structure. Do you know those things? If he comes and he has a business, can you help him with his business? If he comes and he has children, can you help them with lineage? You have to put yourself in a position where you know you and you know what you want. That was very good with Uncle Chuck. That's what Dr. Dean said. You have to know. No, Kendra, we're not reading your stuff no more. We're not reading your stuff no more. Now is Lady Q Denise Holt?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I just saw her comment down here. So the comments down here. Oh wow, it's a lot of comments.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, I've been reading them.
Okay, good. Because we're not gonna Kendra's not gonna be a co-host from the comment section. She's a comment co-host. She's like, hey, I got a question. No, you do not. Time out. No, we need a timeout. But so if we would leave you with anything, know to thy own self be true. That's if we would leave you with anything, to thy own self be true. We were going to talk about a whole bunch of different things, but we both are relationship guys and ministry guys. We tried. We even threw the little Sesame Place thing in there to China. Yeah, it didn't work. We tried. Yeah. I'm inevitable. Thank you, Thanos. But the next time, because are we doing this every Thursday, Chuck? Sunday. Today's Sunday, right?
I think we should definitely do it.
Okay, we're gonna do it Sunday.
Everybody loves us. We bring.
We are loved. What does that person say? Facebook user?
Which one? Who?
Somebody just came up. Oh,
Um,
Lady Q.
oh, that was Lady Q. Let me read that then. Lady Q says, I became the kind of person I was looking for instead of making what I want the responsibility of the man.
That's kind of hot. That's kind of hot.
So
So we had.
I was just thinking about that as we were going to the close.
Mhm.
You do have to see, you can't expect something from someone else when you don't know what you want to bring to the table. You got this idea of this type of relationship, of this woman, of this man, of what you want to do in life, but you really, it's foggy. But you're expecting someone else to do it for you and supply it. But you have to know who you are.
Mm.
You have to
Mm.
know what you not just
Exactly.
want, but what you need in your life. So that you can complement one another in that relationship. So
Hmm.
you guys can work together so that you can be the power couple. So you can do what you need to do in life and grow together. But if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll accept almost anything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he comes along and he's just giving you some fast talk information, or she's just giving you some body to look at. What I mean by body, you know, her body to look at, and she really don't know. And then you guys started off with just hanging out and having sex and doing different things like that. You still don't know what you want.
No
And then
way.
you're in this infatuated relationship, and 6 months, a year down the line, or COVID hits. And
Hmm. And now you got to deal with this brother every day, and
you
all you have to deal with is the sexual part of it.
right.
it you got a soul tie, ladies. That's a soul tie, bro. A soul tie. If my wife, I think my wife is beautiful, but my wife is more than her beauty. You are looking at people because of the external. This is why I teach spirituality, because of the external. And let me tell you, the external changes. I've got pictures of me where I look like a little kid. I don't look like a little kid anymore. So if you were in love with that little guy, you're now looking for somebody else that's that little guy. There
Right.
are women right now, Chuck. I bet you, I don't know if you knew this. There are women right now that have babies because that's the only type of love they think they're going to get.
Absolutely.
So they keep having babies. So
Absolutely.
what you do is you get into a relationship, you do the same thing. You try to hold on to this man, and as long as he stays right here, he's okay. But if he ever becomes a man, you've got a problem. Why? And we'll talk about that next week. Most women don't like men.
Absolutely.
Most women don't like men. They like the thought of a man, but they don't like men. All yours, Mr. Chuck.
Well, I think this was great for us to get back together and have these
Mhm.
conversations. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
I
Yes,
have
sir.
you have been doing your thing. I've been doing my thing, but we all
Yeah.
come together and have a great thing when
Yes,
we get
sir. Yes,
and
sir.
help
Sir.
thousands and thousands of people in what we talk about, and people love us. I think, hey, my brother just tapped in here somewhere. And thousands of people in. I didn't mean to go there, but
Okay.
yeah.
Your
Um,
brother, how do you see these? You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as you see him, I don't care.
yeah. I
Okay. Okay.
what's going on? My brother popped in there.
What's
Um,
up, bro?
this is a shameless plug.
Mhm, mhm. We don't have any. Look, Chuck, it's your show. There's no such thing as shameless plugs. It may be out of place, but it's not shameless. It's your show.
Paul Anthony Dean of Visions of God Family Worship Church in
What I got there. Stuff there.
New Jersey.
So I'm gonna let you have that because my plug is the fact that my wife is co-hosting from the comment section. He's the comment co-host. So I'm gonna turn this over to Chuck. Number one, there's Higher Standards, the Higher Standards organization. If you want to look us up, we're higherstandards.life. There's Panorama View Vacations, and then that what's happening in October for those of you that are in relationships and want to help your relationship build. I believe I'm gonna get Dr. Dean to show up too. We're doing something called the Power Couple Getaway. It is one of the most elegant experiences you'll have with your relationship. We have a date night, there's concerts, there's teaching, there's fellowship, there's a whole bunch of things that happens October, I think 28th through the 30th. And you can see me on live on YouTube every Sunday at Sunday sessions, every Wednesday and every Tuesday. We have a mentoring group. We have life. We're doing wonderful things, and God is really blessing. And now you can see us on Sunday nights, because I believe this will help us to talk about some of the things. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, you can go to the Love Radio Network. Dr. Charles Dean can get to us. If you don't want to go directly to him, you can always go to higherstandards.life. Send a comment and we'll get to you. I appreciate everybody that showed up. I appreciate all the power couple. Yeah, power couple 28 to the 30. She put it in the comment section because she's the comment co-host. That's a thing now. That's a thing. That's a thing.
Host.
The comment co-host. That's the thing. So Dr. Charles Dean is a very, 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 very good friend of mine. We've been through some great things. We've been through the challenges of trying to make this happen. And wait a minute, Dr. Lady Q said, leave her alone. It's my wife. I can mess with her. We've been through some great things, and I see great things for the show. We got started. Because we got started, a lot of things kind of went between us. We both shifted our systems, and now we're in this place, and we're going to give you the best content. If there's something you want us to talk about, please, you can go to, I think, the Love Network. I'm going to give that over to Charles, and we will do that. All right. I love you. I'm Uncle Dallas, and I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Charles Dean.
Well, I want to appreciate everybody that is hanging out with us on this broadcast. I am Dr. Charles Dean, CEO and executive producer of Love Network. You can go to our Facebook page. But I really, really would rather you go to loveradionetwork.com because you're going to get more information out of that. Again, if you got a comment, concern, you can go to Love Radio Network at that point. Just drop us a line. We'll get back to you. We have this scholarship fund that we're going with, that we're building. We're asking for your support. We're trying to get our students, HBCU students, into some great academics, some great learning programs that they want to get into. That's what Love Radio Network is really all about.
Okay.
Like Uncle Dallas and I are doing, we come together, we have fun, but we're really talking truth. We're helping a lot of people. We're not just on here to be on here. Uncle Dallas has done some things over the last several years. I've been doing some things over the last several years, but we've been doing them to actually help people. And that's what we want to do. That's the bottom line. So greatly appreciate everyone that is watching us, that tunes in, that gave us comments, concerns, all the above. And prayerfully, we'll be back again next Sunday. What was it, at 8 o'clock? At 8 o'clock?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. And the Sunday date is, what is it? Come on. Next Sunday is the 31st. Actually, it's the last day of the month.
Yeah.
It's the last day of the month.
Yeah.
Yep. The 31st is the last day of the month. So we will be back on the last day of the month. Again, any information, any comments, please let us know. We will talk. Listen, we're not afraid to talk about it.
We're not. Oh no, we're not afraid to talk about it.
We're not afraid to talk about it. Now, we may not use the colloquialisms, the cuss and all that kind of stuff, but we're not afraid to talk about it. Not at all. Yeah. And a lot of people are. We have this was game for y'all. We just playing. We having fun, but we do go deep. Trust me.
True.
We we don't talk about narcissistic women too. Don't worry about that, because there's a lot of y'all saying narcissists, and y'all just as narcissists as men.
Absolutely.
Well, that was it for me. That was it for me. That was it for me.
Appreciate you, and until next week, I guess we can say bye-bye. Peace out.
Peace out. See y'all later.